Hey guys, Luke Lucchini here with another rant, if you will. And this time I want to remind everyone that when you go to that job interview, that next job within your company or outside your company, if you're trying to step into something new, the interview process is a two-way street. You are applying for that job, interviewing for that job because you want it. But you want to know that the job is right for you as well. So you've got to ask questions while you're in there. You have to ask, you have to be prepared when you show up with the knowledge that you want prior to going in, right? The interviewer is feeling you out, and some interviewers are great and they're asking you poignant questions and they're trying to get to the root of who you are, and other people are not. They're asking you some bullshit at the end of the day. They're just trying to fill a hole with a warm body. If you don't ask the right questions to make you happy, if you don't find out if the role is right for you, 3 months from now, it's like playing roulette. You may end up with a complete different job than what you expected. Although you may be making all the money that you want, you are not happy because you are not doing what you want to do for the people that you want to work for. Do they have the values that you hold? I've talked about that before, all about culture. If they do not have what you're looking for in the interview, then you got to walk away. I went to an interview a few years ago, and I showed up on time, and I met my point of contact, and I spoke to him briefly, and he took me into a separate room, and I sat down, and I waited. And I waited. And a half hour later, the regional director or whatever he was coming in to interview me. He came over, he said hello, he didn't apologize at all. And then he walked away from the table and he went and did some more stuff. So 45 minutes, 50 minutes later, he finally sat down and we talked. And I answered the questions that he had for me. And I asked him a few questions, and I wasn't blown away by his answers. But there were points in time where he was just straight up condescending, just downplaying things that I had done in my previous role that I thought were poignant to the conversation. He clearly felt differently, and that's okay. But what he did reveal to me was his level of respect for an incoming potential employee was minimal. He was just looking to hire someone that could be his yes man or his go-to or his bitch or whatever he viewed it as. I walked away from the table. I already knew I wasn't accepting the position. By some stroke of luck, I got an offer letter, but I quickly turned it down because it was not the right opportunity for me. So you got to know going in. It doesn't matter how desperate you are for the money that you want to make. It doesn't matter how desperate you are to pay your bills. There will be other opportunities. You just got to keep driving. You got to look for what's right for you, because you can't go get a job and be miserable 3 days later or 3 weeks later or 3 months later and start searching again. You've wasted your time. You've wasted their time, you've wasted your time, and you've burnt a ton of energy. You don't want to be known as the person that jumps from job to job to job to job. And the reason people get that is because the only thing they want to do is the micro goal of walking in the door and getting hired by the person that's interviewing them. And that's all well and good. You want a gold medal for absolutely nothing. And then you do it again every 3 months. And I see it on resumes, I see it on applications. Young men and women constantly jumping from job to job to job to job. Well, why didn't you like your job? I didn't like the manager. Okay, why did you leave this place? I didn't like the type of work that I was doing. Oh, why'd you leave this place? Oh, the commute was too long. Oh, what do you mean the commute was too long? Well, it was 45 minutes from my house. Why would you take a job 45 minutes from your house if you already know in your mind that that commute is too long? So when you sit down at an interview, remember, it is a two-way street. There is a give and take. The opportunity is there for you to win the day, but you got to make sure it's a battle that you want to win. It's a fight that you want to go into. It's money that you want to make from people that you want to work for in a cultural environment that you care about. Fight for you. Don't fight for anybody else. Don't fight for notoriety. Understand that the job you're going to do is going to require hard work, patience, and you. If you can't get that into your mind, then you're going to spin your wheels looking for a job just to pay your bills, just to pay your bills, just to pay your bills. You got to find out how to be happy with you and how to be yourself at your job, behave the way that you want to behave, be yourself in all situations. I used to say that I love all the qualities that I see in my children that are of my wife, and I hate the things that I can't take away from them that are awkward about me or weird about me and bothered me growing up. But I understand it's part of who they are. And the only thing that I can do is teach my children and my employees and anyone that I work with that you got to be comfortable with who you are every step of the way. Thank you so much for your time. Again, my name is Luke Lucchini. Follow me on Instagram at Luke_Lucchini. If you want to chat, if you have a question, if you got interests that you want to talk about, shoot me an email, lukeluchini@gmail.com. LukeLuckini@gmail.com. I look forward to talking to you. I am also available for staff trainings, specifically on hospitality, sales techniques, customer service, guest interaction. Those are the things that make me passionate. Those are the things that drive me. Those are the things that I've become well versed in at 25 years in the restaurant and retail industry. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Thank you and have a great night.